Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 9 for the month of September Fairy Diaries reading. Okay, we're going to be just looking at the energy coming in and around, maybe what from the past may be influencing this present energy in a situation, event, whether it be with people, at your job, within family, or literally a situation you find yourself in right now. We're going to be going in that direction. So let's look at the different piles we have for you. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Celebrate differences. Pile 1, vulnerability. Pile 2, expansion. Pile 3. You may just love the artwork. Maybe number 3 means something. Maybe number 34 or number 7 resonates. Maybe number 12 or number 3 resonate, okay? So again, whatever calls to you. If you feel drawn to watch one of the piles, that's fine. If you feel drawn to watch 2 or all 3, that is also fine. You may find a little tidbit, a little advice and guidance, a little prediction in there in each one of them for yourself, okay? It's whatever calls to you. So make your choice, and I will see you there. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this card. We're going to get right into your reading here, okay? Like I said, this card could have something to do with the rest of the reading. It might be a message on its own, and maybe it was just here for you to choose the pile you needed to come to, okay? Spirit works in mysterious ways. But what I want to say about this card is celebrate differences. Where in your life, what situation, with who, maybe, do you have to look at your differences and somehow learn to celebrate or appreciate both of them? And really, I want to call it like an opposition in astrology, where when you have an opposition, it isn't opposites. It's kind of like opposites attract. It's almost like, how can you pull those two differences, okay, together to find common ground? And I feel like there is a situation that you might be dealing with right now, pile 1, where you need to be called together, okay, to work harmoniously together. And I'm going to say that because look, we have a fairy here on a unicorn, and we have a fairy here on a dolphin. Okay, land and sea, but yet we know that earth and water, when working well together, allows things to grow, like a garden, like flowers. When they're not working together, it's like getting stuck in the mud, okay? So there needs to be something here in a situation that you're involved in, again, with any area of your life, in any kind of groups in your life, where there needs to be the working together. That water and earth cannot be making mud, okay? It needs to be making a nice fertile soil and planting area, okay? So that is the first message coming out. Let's see what the rest have here. Next, we have inner child, because I said we're going to look at current situation and then maybe look at the past and why, what's up with that? What could be influencing this future? So for some of you, this could be it. It might be this, inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. So again, there is something coming up where you need to take on a childlike role, a childlike way of thinking. I think of it like as in the page in the tarots, where you have to go back to the beginning, to the infant stage, to the child stage, and start coming up with the new ideas and ways of doing things. There is something that's calling for you to not be so serious. Could it be about this situation? Possibly, but I'm going to pull a tarot with it as well. So let's just see here. But they want you to be playful. Could it just be you are working too hard? Okay, I don't know. I'm going to get the tarot here first. And you really need to just take it down a notch and remember, you need to be more. Yes, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so that worked out like that. The Eight of Pentacles here, you're working too hard. All work and no play. Okay, right? There's the difference. Work, 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 play, play, play. There has to be a happy medium met in the middle here, okay? You need to find that middle ground. Family life, work life, right? Here's a fairy with her little fairy children. So, and here's a home. Oh, sorry, I thought that was a home, but it's not. It's the little mice or the little rats that are in this deck. There needs to be a good balance of work life and home life. If you don't work, where is it that you are putting all of your attention and home life? Okay, could it be about one of the children and not the husband or wife or partner and all of the other children? Whatever it may be. Is it just maybe about your own immediate family and you've totally forgotten about your parents and siblings and their kids and however that resonates? There's a lot of work going in somewhere and not enough play or socializing in another. Let's keep going and ask the question, why? Why do you feel that this work needs to just be put in somewhere, or focus needs to be in one area and not seeing everything big picture, as in the differences that can be brought together? Gifts. Okay. So I'm just going to slide that down just a slight bit. Gifts. So this is the reason, something from the past that's making you feel like you can't do both, you know. You can't do both. For some of you, well, it's telling you need to bring the playfulness out. I was going to say for the odd few, it could be that there's too much playfulness and not enough work. I mean, that could be it for some people. See, but here with gifts, I think of party. I think of a kid's birthday party. Let me get a card, though. Three of Swords. It almost has me thinking, okay, going back to a child's birthday party, or anyone's birthday party actually, that the only time that you get to be young and childlike and playful and having fun, or, you know, just kicking it up, is at some sort of party or birthday party or celebration or whatever it is. Because in the past, any time that maybe you have tried to let go, it's just ended up bad. Okay, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just ended up with, oh, why did I do that? This was not the time to, you know, let my inner child out. And for that reason, you learned that early on. And that's why at this stage now, you could still be young, but at this stage now, you're like, no, I am going to be serious and focused and hardworking and dedicated. And the only time that I can let loose is at a party, when there's at a party, okay? Whether, like I said, it's a family celebration, a work celebration, a birthday party, whatever it is. And this is Spirit saying, no, there needs to be a balance. The differences, they need to come together and meet in the middle. All right, let's grab a couple more cards just for advice and guidance here. Earth Mother, allow your heart to propel you to greater things than you have ever known. That's good advice. What if? What if you just tried it? Okay, that's what I feel this card is. What if you just tried it? You may actually be surprised that you can celebrate at times other than when there's a party or some sort of family or work function going on. You know what? You deserve to celebrate both sides of it. The difference of the home life, we'll say, and the difference of And you could be single. It's still your home life and I want to say your work life or whatever it is that you are totally focused on. And this is just, you know what? How about you give it a try? Because deep down in your heart and your soul, you want to be that little kid, that young teenager, that young adult again, right? But past experience has taught you, no, I can only have fun here. If I try to have it any other time, it ends up in some sort of disaster or disappointment. Okay, let's pull another. Magic. Magic has a way of touching the heart and drawing power from the soul. Yeah, believe in a little magic here, all right? When we were kids, we believed in the fairy godmother. We believed in Cinderella's castle, like here in this picture, right? We believed in all of those things. We believed that everything was possible. They want you to go back and believe that this is possible. When you're telling yourself that it's not possible, well, then guess what? It isn't. You need to tell yourself that it is possible. Now, I'm going to pull from the Fairy Tarot here. And then I'll do a little fairy dust oracle card too before we go, pile one. But they want you to start having some fun. Too serious is not good. Too serious is not fun. Being too serious is not letting that inner child out to play. And that card was sliding off. So here we go. Ego. I talk about this a lot. Number 15 is the Devil card. The illusion of being trapped, playing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. It's letting your ego run the day, rule the day. See, when we let our logic and rational mind, who's just like, no, I have to work, I have to be responsible, I have to be all of these things, and it's like being trapped in the illusion of all that. Your ego is telling you that. Your ego needs to work with your intuition, which is your heart, your soul, your gut feelings, right? You have to allow your heart and soul and your ego and your rational, logical thought to work together. This is what we would call devil energy, right? It's like you're being held down or trapped by something by placing too much importance on a particular thing. Like I said, whether it's work or something in your life, you're placing too much focus on it and you're not allowing yourself to have any fun. So don't let the fear and the worry catch you up here, okay? Spirit's bringing you this message because they're telling you trust us. You need to do this. And Spirit is God, Source, Universe, whomever it is for you. So just trust it. And this card come out. You're on the right path. The way ahead is clear and true. You've chosen the right path for you. So if you're willing to do this little bit of work and to start having a little more fun, a little more play, if you're willing to bring the two sides together and meet in the middle, that's the path you're going down, so that you don't ever get to one side or the other, or fall to one side or the other too much. Especially even if you were having too much fun and not serious enough about, say, work or something else in your life. It can go both ways. But this particular one was about bringing the inner child out, pile one. So that is your message. I hope that you enjoyed it and that one of the messages or somehow the cards in here resonated with you. And good luck and have fun. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2. This beautiful, beautiful vulnerability card, okay? Number 34, number 7 could be important. Whatever it is that made you come to this pile, all right? Maybe you just like the pile 2. It's your lucky number. I don't know. But what we're going to be talking about, I had mentioned it at the beginning with choosing the cards. Current situation that you're in right now. Maybe something from the past that's actually influencing the current. Some advice and guidance. So first thing off, where is it in your life, here pile 2, where you need to show some more vulnerability? Is it with certain people? Maybe something's happening right now. Is it in relationship? Is it at work? It could be anywhere, But there is something going on right now that in order, I want to say, for this situation or event, well, even if it's with people, it's a situation or event, for it to come to closure or for it to start working towards closure, you need to show a more vulnerable side of yourself. That does not make you weak. Okay, do not worry that if you show your vulnerable side, maybe the more emotional side of yourself, maybe different thoughts or ideas about something, you cannot allow yourself to think, if I show that bit of vulnerability in whatever it is for you that you consider to be your vulnerable side, and I think you'll know with whatever your situation is, you cannot worry that they're going to use it against you. Okay? You just can't. Spirit is saying no. Spirit, God, Source, Universe, whomever it is for you. They're like, this you cannot worry about, because whatever this is going to require you to show some vulnerability. It just is. Okay? So let's take that as first message. Now let's get on, because that's one thing that could be going on with you right now. There's going to be another. Manifestation. Be very honest and clear about you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation, step 1. I love that. So here it is. Are you, it may not be, I'm just going to bring this down to here before I pull the tarot. Being honest and clear. Are you worried that if you show vulnerability by actually being honest and truthful, okay, which is what is really needed in the situation, that they are going to somehow use that against you? Spirit is saying no. It needs to be done. This will only be resolved by being vulnerable. Now, up here, this situation is asking pile 2, what do you need to be truthful and honest with yourself about? What is it that you want to bring into your life that's good for you? Is it a better job? Is it better people? Is it just a better position? Doesn't necessarily have to be about money. It's just more fitted to you. Is it something that you love to do? Maybe you've always, I talk about this a lot, you've thought about, hey, I'm going to join the beer league softball team at my work, whatever it is. Maybe you just want to bring in a more peaceful, harmonious life for yourself. Again, however that is working for you, it could be something to do with your children, your family. But you've held back and you haven't been doing it. Why? I don't think it has to do with vulnerability down here necessary. Maybe for some of you it would be, because you're afraid of what it is. I'm going to pull a tarot that what it is that you want to bring in would show a side of you that people would somehow use against you. So I guess that would be a feeling of vulnerability, wouldn't it? But let's get a tarot here. 9 of Wands. See, that 9 of Wands is always when you have been carrying something around for a long time, for a short amount of time. I think longer than shorter, because there's 9 wands there. They are burdens. They are things that have been weighing you down. They are things that have been tying you down. There are things that have made you not go after what it is that you want. Maybe it's the vulnerability that's been weighing on you, and you just, I never ever can show that side of myself. And whatever the situation or event is, maybe it calls on you bringing something in. I don't know, pile 2. I think it's all about you just trying to be having the persona of being stoic and, tough, or nothing gets to me. That's what I feel this is. And in this situation that you're dealing with right now, that's not going to work. Carrying that burden of showing the vulnerable side of yourself is not going to work. Let's find out maybe why. What from the past has kind of got you in this, no, I need to just grin and bear it and go on it at all costs. Creativity. Huh. I'm going to get a tarot with it here. In the past, did you try to show a creative side to yourself? Or what you believe to be a creative side to yourself? Huh. And what it did was it exposed that hope, that dream, that wish, and people used it against you in some way. I kind of understand that with this sometimes, and if you, I don't know, but with me, with this type of work that I do, medium, you know, psychic investigation type of work, doing tarot cards, you know, you get everything. Well, what kind of job is that? Or, you know, who you're working with. And, you know, it's just negative a lot of the time. So I get it. But I don't care, right? I feel like this is my creative side. This brings me happiness. I'm being honest and truthful with myself about what it is that I love to do. So, you know, I've faced the music. I feel like this is a message for you. Yeah, King of Swords. If you are clear, here I love it. Here I love it. I feel like in the past you've been burned in some way, okay? And it may not for all of you been where you were trying to show a different creative, some may say artsy fartsy side, whatever you want to call it. I call it creativity. Spirit's calling it creativity. But the King of Swords, as long as you are honest and truthful and clear, which I love about this card right here, and that's who he is. Honest, truthful, clear, sometimes truthful and clear to a fault. But here's the thing. You always know where the King of Swords stands. He knows where he stands. He doesn't care if he shows a vulnerable side, because sometimes you have to do that. And he's okay with that. Very interesting. So there's something in the past where you did try to be honest and truthful and to start doing or bringing in something in some sort of creative manner here, and people used it against you, okay? And again, in any area of your life. It could have been a creative project at work and you had a really great idea and, you know, it ended up not working for you the way you thought it would. Advice and guidance here, Peony Fairy. You are dizzy from changing direction so many times. Do not look back with regret, but look forward with anticipation and joy. Because you are now realizing, maybe pile 2 with this reading here, that it doesn't matter. I've already said in the beginning, you need to show whatever this all is in order for it to succeed, to come to a close, whatever we want to call it. You need to show some vulnerability. And again, you will know in what way, because it's going to be based on your situation. But getting dizzy from changing direction so many times, worrying about what other people are going to think, say, do, right? But that's the past now. Don't look back at it with regret, okay? You're moving forward. Let's get another. Compassion. I want to say right now, just show yourself some caring, love, and compassion. Okay? You've been carrying something heavy around. You have. But you're going to let it go now. This says, by widening your circle of compassion for all nature's creatures, your spirit will soar. And all nature's creatures, yes, we're looking at them here as animals, but aren't we a creature as well? Let's expand that to all of spirit's creatures, okay? All of the universe's creatures, all of God's creatures. But most importantly, in relation, in clarification to this reading, it's showing compassion to yourself. All right, let's get the Fairy Tarot out here and get you another card. Further advice and guidance. And then we'll get you a little fairy dust card before we go, pile 2. You hear sometimes when you see those tough looking characters and they say, oh, they may look tough or whatever, but they're a teddy bear. I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe that's you. But there is a vulnerable side there, okay? Doesn't matter what everyone else is seeing. They may not see that in you right away, but it is there. Prince of Autumn, dependable, protective, chivalrous, humorous, cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. This is the Prince of the Prince of Pentacles, or we can say the oh, is he the prince or the knight? Oh, you guys, hang on. Is the prince the knight? Yes, he is. The princess is the page. Okay. He is the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, he is what we call steady Eddie. All right. He is going to just set his determined mind and focus to something, which is being vulnerable in this situation that's going on in your life. And you may have to deal with it in a humorous way, okay? In a chivalrous way. But you make wise choices here with the King of Swords. You're clear about what it is. You're clear about how you need to be. And you are going to march forward. Right? Compassion towards all creatures. Kindness to others. Okay. That's some more advice and guidance for how you can work through this pile too. Now let's get another card here. Yeah, just because maybe in the past it didn't work out so much. Again, don't look back with regret. Look at it as a learning lesson of how this time you're going to go forward the way you need to. 4-leaf clovers. You have found a 4-leaf clover. Unlucky times will soon be over. Okay, there you are. Spirit coming in to say, if you're willing to show the vulnerability here, good things are going to happen. Pile 2, I wish you all the best with this. I may see you in one of the other piles or in one of my other readings. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi to those of you who chose this card, pile 3. Maybe you chose it because of the word expansion or the number 12 or the number 3. We're going to look at this card first. What is it, pile 3, in your current situation, event, dealings with people, whatever it may be, because it'll be different for each one of you, where you need to expand? Okay, expansion, I always think of Jupiter, okay, who is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, the 9th house. Where do you need to see bigger picture in this event, situation, or dealing with someone? Where do you need to expand? There's a little hummingbird here too, and we actually have hummingbird feeders here, and they come all the way. They go from all the way up here in the eastern part of Canada, as in east coast of Canada, all the way down like to Mexico and beyond into South America, even some of them. That's a long trip twice a year. They're little teeny tiny birds. It's amazing how they make it. It's crazy, really, but they do it. They're not afraid of going on the long journey, right? They're not afraid of seeing, they know big picture, what's for them down there, because they know they can't survive here in the winter months, right? It could be that. Could it be travel for you? Adventure? Do you need to expand your mind in some way with travel, adventure, with learning? Even going back to school, do you need to expand your finances? This is a big castle. There's a castle off in the distance. Do you need to expand that in your life? Maybe it's friendships, family, relationships. Where does there need to be expansion? And I'm saying, where does there need to be, when really I should actually be saying there needs to be expansion in whatever this situation is for you. there needs to be expansion. You need to see something big picture here. Okay? Now, oh, there's a little bit of sun coming in. I can't block that now, but anyway, let's keep going, and I'm going to be bringing the tarot out as well. Light, the fairy queen of light, and this is, again, current situation. It may tie into this. This may be a message on its own, but whatever this is, we're going to look at in the past what has maybe kind of lingering here in the present, or has influenced the present. But light, the fairy queen of light, comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Okay, so what I love that this is literally about your current situation, that literally in writing, and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Has there been something going on that has been shadowy, dark? Okay, we can call that just something that needs to be worked on in your life, something that you want to release and let go of in your life. This is Spirit, God, Source, Universe, the fairy guides, here to tell you we're going to shed light on this, and it's going to penetrate whatever darkness is here, and she is focused. Okay, so you call on Spirit, you call on your fairy guides to help you through this situation, to help you see something. I feel we can tie it big picture here, because maybe once you see with a little light, now you can see things big picture. It makes it easier to remove yourself from the darkness. 3 of Wands. It makes it easier for you to set sail, for you to take off, for you to learn. Maybe there's something you're going to learn from this darkness. Okay? Maybe there's a lesson here for you. Maybe there's something, though, that you do need to literally learn. I said expansion would be, do you need to learn something, to go back to school, that type of thing, because I'm in that 9th house, Jupiter, Sagittarius energy. And this 3 of Wands, okay, is kind of an Aries energy of taking action. It's an initiator. So what do you need to learn that maybe will help you to initiate getting out of this darkness? They're going to help you from their end, and you're going to work on your end. Okay, so whatever the situation or event is, there is a way out. That's what I want to say. But I feel you need to allow that light that they're going to shine on it. And it could be something that someone says to you. It could be something you hear on the radio, on the TV. It could be lyrics in a song. It could be a billboard, whatever it is. It's going to be, like a light bulb moment. And you're going to go, oh, hang on. There's the light that they're trying to send to me. Oh, now that that's being illuminated, okay, there's my answer. That's what penetrates it. You see it big picture now. The situation, event, or like I said, interaction that you're in with other people, you're going to be able to see the big picture of it all. And then I want to say make your getaway. Okay? Let's keep going. What from the past has kept you maybe with blinders on, think of racehorses, that has kept you from being able to see big picture? Do you just not believe that you're capable of that? Has someone made you feel that way? Forgiveness. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Maybe in the past, I'm trying to think, how do I say this? Maybe in the past, I'm just going to say it and hopefully it will start to make sense. Maybe in the past, you have gone the route of forgiveness, okay? Whatever this darkness in the situation is. And you thought by, extending the olive branch, releasing the dove of peace, even maybe in some cases for some of you, speaking the words of forgiveness, accepting the apology, whatever it is, that would make everything better. And it didn't. Not at all. It did nothing for you. And if anything, it only kind of gave a false, well, I guess it would be a false sense of, how to say, oh gosh, I've never had such a hard time trying to think of how to say it. The person that you forgave is like, oh, okay, there, now I've done nothing. Oh, I've been forgiven, moving on. And they just don't take accountability or accept responsibility. There, that's what I'm trying to say. There we go. I knew it would come out eventually. So you realized, hey, all I did, or all I feel like I did, was give them a free pass. I was trying to be the godly, the bigger person here. And look at what it got me. Nothing. They now actually treat me worse than they did before, for example. The Chariot. Yeah, it's like reins. It's like I gave them free rein to just continue doing and acting the way they were before. And that wasn't, that wasn't what I expected. So therefore you felt, and I think I said something along the lines of this, but you kind of got burned in the past with it, right? And so now you're like, I'm not going to try to see things big picture or try to dig for the light through the darkness here. It didn't get me anywhere the last time. I almost feel like that's kind of where this is coming from. You've tried it in the past and you just felt like you didn't get anywhere. So why bother trying to find a way out now? This can be in any area of your life. I do not know what your situation is, okay? But let's get some advice and guidance here for this. Wisteria Fairy. Oh, what a cute card. What a cute little fairy here. Unleash the power within you to make changes. Ask to be given the wisdom that will allow you to grow. So this is Spirit, God, Source, Universe, whomever it is for you coming in saying, you're powerful. You unleash just like whatever these birds, these vultures are, okay? Powerful birds, they're pulling the chariot. You are those birds. You are powerful, okay? You are able to make changes within your own life. You are able to see things big picture. You are able to learn, figure it out, learn your lesson. I kind of feel like this was the lesson from before, right? But also learning the lesson that if you call on Spirit to shine a light on something so you can see the solution, that it will happen. This is what's going to allow you to grow, pile 3. Wisdom. Your divine inner wisdom is always available to you. You may call it your higher self. You may call it the Holy Spirit. You may call it your divine inner wisdom, literally. But it's always there. Okay? It's your gut feelings. It's your intuition. Use it. Use it. Allow your higher self to connect directly with Spirit to figure out, so that when you get the little nugget here, like I said, it could come in any way, shape, or form, that you're like, that's the little nugget that I'm looking for. Now I can unleash what I need to unleash. And I'm not talking meanly or nastily here, okay? But this is when you can make your power move, I want to say. Okay, let's get more advice here from the Fairy Tarot, pile 3. Oh, and this, actually we had 2 flip over, then 2 it is. You're luckier than the other piles, pile 3. We have the 8 of Summer, perfect. The desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it is time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. You have the power to do it. You have the inner wisdom to do it. The 8 of Summer, or the 8 of Cups here, is leaving behind what is no longer serving you and moving forward. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, the other one you got was 3 of Spring, which is interesting. It's the 3 of Wands, okay? Plan your next steps with an eye to the long term, to the big picture. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. taking the satisfaction, having the satisfaction that this time, because you are taking responsibility yourself, working with spirit to move yourself away from what this is. It's no longer serving you. To be able to see things big picture and go, not for me, need to move on. Love it. Let's get you one last card here, pile 3. This sounds to me, though, whatever situation you find yourself in right now, it's difficult. Okay, because if you're not used to looking at things big picture, if you're not used to taking charge and listening to your intuition or listening for signs and synchronicities from spirit, you know, it's something that you're going to have to get used to. But here's the thing. You've learned from the past and you know things aren't going to change. So it is time to move forward. The Chariot is also a card of moving forward, as is that 8 of Summer is the card of walking away to move forward. Okay, so let's get you one last card here, pile 3. Wishing well. To make some wish magic, cast a spell. Throw pennies into the wishing well. Okay, so right there, you know what? I remember as a kid, you always wanted pennies to throw them in the fountain or a wishing well, literally. Some people would have like little wells and you'd be able to throw your pennies in there. You know what? Make this a seed that you're going to plant. Your hopes, dreams, and wishes to bring into reality. You manifest it in. It's just like casting the spell of throwing the penny into the wishing well, okay? No different. Make your own little well of water in a dish and throw a darn penny, or if there's no pennies here in Canada anymore, whatever coin you want to throw in, and make that wish for yourself, okay? You can do this, pile 3. You can absolutely do this. Slow and steady will win the race here, all right? It doesn't need to be a race. Remember that. You have time. Thank you so much. I may see you in one of the other piles or in one of my other readings. Bye-bye.